morning.
Hey!
Welcome to episode 16.
1-6.
The SNR early morning show.
I like the sound of that.
Because it's early.
And it's morning.
Yes. You don't like podcasts? You don't like the word podcast?
Reminds me of a cartoon.
I like cartoons.
Yeah. Make sure to say SNR motoring early morning show. Super early morning show.
Super early morning
Yeah,
show.
that sounds like a cartoon. I like that.
Yeah.
Podcast sounds
I'll change the name of it.
boring and dull.
Yeah. So long.
We have a lot of questions to answer today.
Let's hop right into it.
All right. Got your jumping shoes on? Jump right into it?
Nope.
No?
I'm always ill prepared, so let's do it.
All right. Got a few from our good buddy Davis.
Okay.
Numero uno. What's your favorite? I was gonna do Monty Python again.
I was thinking it. This is like the first thing I'm doing.
What? I think of every time we do this. But what's your favorite car movie?
Didn't we answer this already?
I don't know.
Okay.
Maybe.
Smokey and the Bandit.
Oh yeah, we did, didn't we?
Yeah, because yours was Speedway Freeway.
Speedway Freeway. Yeah.
And you admitted to the world you've never seen Smokey and the Bandit.
Yeah. We probably lost a few listeners and subscribers that day.
No one who really is into Smokey and the Bandit
Who's gonna listen
probably
to this?
watch or listen to this.
Yeah. I just never had the desire to, I guess.
I'm still standing by. You need to see it. It's a good movie.
Would Christina enjoy it?
Yeah.
You think so?
It's kind of got like some humor mixed in with it. It's not like strictly super serious car movie. It's that 80s kind of comedy. Sort of slapstick, sort of I don't know the other word I'm looking for. It's worth watching. And yes, I think Christina would enjoy it.
Yeah.
I can't even get Jen to attempt to watch it.
That would be an interesting conversation. Hey, you want to watch Smokey and the Bandit? What? No. All right. If you haven't watched Speedway Freeway, it's a...
What are you doing with your life?
It's an acquired taste, I think, because it's pretty much all in Japanese, and it's definitely 80s because they have they break out into 80s music videos.
That was the second one.
Oh.
The first one they didn't do in the middle of it a random music video. You're like, what? What happened?
But there's 5 or 6 of them. It's like a complete series.
Yes, and the Supra is always the bad guy.
Yeah.
You don't drive a Nissan.
Huh?
You don't drive a Nissan. No. Nissan's always a good guy. The Skyline. The GTR.
See, I feel the opposite about that.
What?
I feel like...
The GTR should be the bad guy and the Toyota should be the good guy?
Yeah.
I like the bad guy, so I'm cool with it.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm a Vader fan. Not Big Van Vader.
I have a little rant about Mark Hamill, if I can go into it real quick.
Go ahead.
You're shaking the camera. So, if you're a Trump fan or not, but his daughter posted a picture of her, I think it was 3-year-old son wearing a stormtrooper outfit or something like that.
Yeah.
And she posted, "The force is strong with this one." Mark Hamill commented on it and said, "You misspelled fraud." It's a kid, man. Whether you hate Trump or whatever, the little kid's got nothing to do with him but his name. It's all kid. No.
Yeah. No, I agree with you. But that's like a rabbit hole we could be down all day.
What car movie do you dislike the most? There's quite a few that are really, really bad. Like the obscure ones on Amazon and Netflix.
That's a good one.
No, that's not. Do you dislike the most?
Dislike the most. I don't know. Where's our music?
Yeah, no. Drawing a blank. Dislike the most.
I'm gonna say that the latest Fast and Furious movies, probably like the last 3, they've all been terrible.
Yeah.
And the surprise Jason Statham out of nowhere, just like, surprise, let's fight. It having, besides the car chases,
yeah, is it even really a car movie anymore? There's cars in it, but
well,
it's
the car
more like
chases,
an action movie, I guess. I don't know. Which one do I dislike the most? Drawing a blank.
Okay.
It's not a car movie, but it's automotive. Remember, like when Fast and Furious came out, like they came out with that motorcycle movie, Biker Boys or something like.
I've never seen it.
I never saw it either, but I know I don't like it.
Wow, that's a pretty strong statement. I've never seen it, but I know I do not like it.
This is a good one. It's a real good one. What did you learn to drive standard transmissions in?
Pontiac Fiero.
That's it? No.
That's how I learned how to drive a manual.
No good story to go along with it?
Well, if you want a story, I got a short one. I didn't know how many questions we had, so I didn't want to go off in too much of a rant.
We have, let me see. Hold on, don't say anything. Let me see how many questions we have left.
Come on, the people are waiting. One more?
One more after this.
We're at 8 minutes. Alright. So, I had a Fiero. We got it from our neighbor. And Dad and I were fixing it. It was pretty rough. And Dad was trying to teach me how to drive a 5-speed, and that was the worst idea ever. So we drive around the neighborhood, and like we'd be coming up on a corner, and my dad would freak out and just like grab a hold of the dash and be like, "Oh my gosh, we're gonna wreck! Oh, you don't deserve a license!" Raw. So it was more frustrating than it was helpful. Which trying to teach someone how to. What was that?
I don't know.
That's great. So trying to teach someone how to drive 5-speed is very difficult to do. I've tried it on more than one occasion.
My brother.
I've taught a couple people, and it's frustrating. But anyways, so I would get home from school first before Dad got home from work, so I just drive around the neighborhood. So I taught myself how to drive it. And like all willy-nilly, I was like, yeah, driving 5-speed's not hard. Like one day out of the blue, and Dad's like, what? And I'm like, yeah, I've just been driving around. Like the neighborhood, yeah, just when no one's home, I just drive around. Yeah, they still bring that one up.
All right, my turn. So, my first, excuse him.
I walked off.
My first car was a 1990 Volkswagen Passat station wagon. Had the 2-liter 16-valve engine.
Chad the lip pad.
Yeah. I bought it when we bought it for $300, and it was automatic, but the transmission was slipping. So we took it to the shop in Wilmington, North Carolina, called German Speed Merchants. And they talked us into swapping it to a 5-speed. Let alone, it's my first car. Nobody in my family knows how to drive a 5-speed.
Oh, I remember this
So
story.
We decided to do it anyway. So what I learned to drive a 5-speed on was actually a buddy of mine, Ian, had a Jeep Cherokee, and it was a manual transmission.
Mm-hmm.
He liked to smoke a little bit, so we were over there like skateboarding one day. Me and Mike Mankin were over there like skateboarding or something, and I was telling him about it. He's like, "Oh, well, I'll just teach you how to drive it in my Jeep." So had no tags or insurance on it or anything. So he's, it was pretty simple. He's like, you'll feel the clutch starting to grab, and once you do, hit the gas. And off we went. He's like, okay, let's go a little further. He's like, just don't take it out on 17, which is main highway. And I don't know how I ended up on 17, but I ended up on 17. He's like, when the gears are kind of short in this, so don't rev it past like $4,000 or something like that. It's too high. And I was like revving it up to like 5. He was just laughing the whole time. But so I learned to drive on a Jeep Cherokee. It was probably like Frank was 89, an 89 Cherokee. Mm-hmm. So it was probably like a mid-90s because it was a little newer looking. But yeah, I learned how to drive on a Jeep Cherokee. So back to the Passat, we finally got the 5-speed swap. The shop that I had to work on actually delivered it to me at this place I used to work at, NASCAR Speed Park. And my parents were there because, I was 16, I didn't have $3,000, so yeah, parents paid for it. And my mom was like, you're going to burn up your clutch in no time. You don't know how to drive a 5-speed. I was like, I got you there, Mom. And off I went, driving around the parking lot. She was amazed. That's it.
For some reason, I thought you drove it home from Wilmington.
No, they brought it to the speed park.
Mm.
I don't know how Dad worked that deal out, but they drove it down. They said they were racing people on the way down too. It was pretty quick, man.
Mini trucks.
Yeah. All right. Next question. Sorry, burp. What YouTube channels are your favorite for personal viewing, and why? I feel like we covered this too.
We did answer that one, but I think I just phrased it. What's your favorite YouTube? No, someone else asked that. Oh. Doesn't matter.
We'll answer it again.
Sure.
I'm more easily amused and simple-minded than Randall, so I like, the go-tos, like
1320's a good one.
I like Cletus McFarland, and yeah, I like the ones that are more entertaining, not like informational, I guess. And like I like Boosted Boys because they have fast Hondas, and I have a soft spot for fast Hondas. Never built one, but I wouldn't mind having one.
Are you gonna go on your I want a CRX again?
Yeah, if you have a CRX, a Honda CRX that you're willing to give away,
and close.
Yeah, I'm your guy.
Not pandering at all.
And you like what, 1320? And
I like 1320. I like Engineering Explained.
He likes the nerd channels.
Engineering Explained's pretty good.
I'm just kidding.
I don't know. I guess like I use YouTube for music a lot.
Do you?
Like with the kids.
Really?
Yeah. Because they'll want to hear specific songs. So like if you look at my history, it's like Trolls, Frozen. And then actually lately, the new thing I've been watching a lot of is a lot of cooking videos. I've been cooking a lot more lately.
With your cast iron skillet?
I like cooking.
Yeah?
It's a good time.
I hate it. I destroy everything.
I get the girls involved, so they help. So it's usually just a dumpster fire. It's pretty entertaining. Like they never cease to amaze. So was that it?
That was all the questions?
That was the last question?
Yes,
right.
It was. What did what do you think about the Supra recall?
By BMW?
Yeah.
Wow, is anyone surprised?
7 of them have to be returned.
Yeah, seatbelts.
Yeah.
I'm not going into it because I'm sure anyone who listens to this, which is like 2 people, is tired of hearing me cry about the Supras. Mark 5 Supras, so I'm not even going to get into it.
Alright.
Yeah.
But I just think, like, it's funny how, like, the news websites portray it. Their headlines, like, Supra recalled. Like, it's just, like, big, big thing, and, like, it's 7.
Of how many thousands
7.
they've sold.
It makes it seem like all of them have to be recalled, but it's 7. Like,
the news is such garbage. I can't watch local or the big stations. That's why I end up listening to so many podcasts because I can't tolerate it. Yeah.
But yeah, this is the part of the show where we just keep nodding our head and saying yeah.
Okay, well, real quick. So, I know you don't really keep up with new car news at all.
No.
And this is yeah, I'll just go into it.
Go into it. Just get in it. Just get right in there.
Wow. We went there with that. So GM is still in the middle of their strike.
Yeah.
Ford just got sold 51% of the company.
Ford sold 51% of the company?
Yeah.
To who?
I think they're out of Saudi Arabia.
All right.
Could be wrong on that. So GM's in trouble. Ford's in trouble. I think. Who's Dodge owned by? Fiat? I think Fiat does. Fiat owns them.
Really?
Sales are down across the board.
Yeah.
Tesla has just opened a plant in China. So it's going to bring down the cost of the Tesla. Is this kind of the beginning of the end? Like, are we starting to see the death of the gasoline engine?
No.
Like, I know that it's a ways out, but they just opened a all-electric, quote-unquote, gas station in Maryland. Like, that's all it is. No gas, just electric chargers. The Porsche Taycan, they actually up production on it because of the rate that it's selling at.
It's not happening.
Like, is this the beginning? Is this the tipping point?
You won't take away my gasoline engine. The way people feel about their guns is how I feel about my gas engine.
I don't think it's going to be like a speedy process, but is this the beginning of the end?
I don't know. I don't even want to think about that.
Because I don't think you'll kill off. I mean, they'll still use gas engines for machinery. I have no idea. Because even big trucking, like Google, FedEx, I think FedEx, they're all or Amazon, they're all using electric trucks. Starting to roll out electric trucks.
We need Marty McFly. in his DeLorean to go back when times were simpler.
Gosh.
Electric vehicles didn't exist.
You have such a hatred for them. But back to the question. Do you think this is the beginning of the end?
In all honesty, probably.
Because the hole that GM has dug itself is pretty bad for them.
Yeah.
And the Ford thing is not that big of a deal. I mean, they've kind of been a sinking ship for a while, so who knows? Maybe the new regime will actually breathe some life into them. And they were working on a F-150 with Volkswagen that was all electric.
Oh. I don't like the sound of what's coming out of your mouth.
I could be completely wrong, and I could be overlooking this, but I don't know. I kind of feel the line has been stepped over.
It's just gonna. It's if that does happen, and like, there's no more gas engines. It's just gonna be like you'll never hear our car revving out its engine out in the distance ever again. Just think about that. It's just gonna be like complete silence.
They'll put the little speakers like they do for the BMWs and the Mercedes, so you can hear it. But that's just inside the cab. But people would love that.
Would they?
My whiny neighbors would. And my kids do. They hate loud cars. Super. They were all about this car, and now they hate it.
Really? Yeah.
When I was putting the front bumper on, Kyla was like terrified she wouldn't get near it.
Oh, really?
Like everything I did, she was like, too loud, too loud. I'm like, I'm not in it. I'm putting the front bumper on. She was like, and then I had to con her and the 5-year-old into getting a bolt for me.
Small hands.
They work really well.
Yeah. Anyway.
So we've hit our allotted time.
Yeah.
So you in podcast YouTube land, my question to you is, do you think this is the beginning of the end for gasoline engines? Do you
Dun
think
dun dun.
the market will shift
It already is.
to electric?
Everybody's like got their panties in a twist about electric vehicles. It's just even you. Anyway, continue.
So yes, comments below. If you have a question you would like answered, ask it. If you need cooking tips, don't ask me. I'm just successful at burning stuff, and that's it. But hey, if you want them, I'll give them. If you need some swag, check out sandrmotoring.com. Get your own stuff. Videos coming out. I don't know what we're going to film, but we got a video coming out. And I'm going to say goodnight, folks.
Good night. It's like 6 a.m.
It's dark. Doesn't that count for something?
I guess, yeah.
Well, what if they're listening to it at night? Then what?
What if they're listening to it in the afternoon?
Good morning, good afternoon, and good night.
Yeah.
How about that?
That works.
See ya. Bye.